Hello and welcome to this March 25th, 2010 video version of InvestEd Central's Chart of the Day. I'm Tom Boley, InvestEd Central's Chief Market Strategist, and it's my pleasure to provide you with today's Chart of the Day. This Chart of the Day is brought to you by StockCharts.com, simply the web's best financial charts. Today we are featuring THOR, THOR Labs. This is a $1.9 billion healthcare company. If you go back and take a look, the stock's been trending higher. Actually, we put a double top in. The September high was just above $31. We pulled back, and then throughout November we moved back higher, and eventually in early December tested that 31.20, 31.25 area. Again, putting in a double top. We pulled back one more time into the latter part of 2009 and into early 2010. Also had some weakness. And then you can see since the second week of January, when THOR was trading down around 25.40 or 25.30, you can see that we made a big move up, consolidated those gains, and then just recently here in March made a very nice move up on the first couple of weeks of March, taking out the double top that we saw back here in September and December. And in the process of taking it out, you can see it did come on confirming volume. Now, after we made this breakout and continued moving up, you can see from the oscillators, the RSI had reached about the 80 level, maybe even a tad above it. We had stochastics up in the mid to upper 90s, and that combination of very overbought conditions led to a little sideways action and even a little bit of weakness just about a week or so ago, and then we've strengthened it and came back up to the upside. Now on Wednesday, you can see on Wednesday we actually, let's see if I can get this chart just right, here we go. On Wednesday, we did make a 52-week high. You can see that this tail went all the way up to 33.65. And then failed, and we came back down. We closed at 32.99. Now there are a couple of things I think were very interesting here. First, we had a false breakout, and check out the volume. Whereas back in early March when we made this breakout here, you see that the volume was heavy, trading about 1.8, 1.9 million shares on this breakout, so we had confirming volume. Look at what happened as we were making this breakout on Wednesday and the failure. Look at the volume that came in on this move. There was almost no volume whatsoever. This is a company that normally trades about 950 to 960,000 shares a day, and here it was making a breakout, a 52-week high, and doing so with about 1/3 the normal volume, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe 40% of its normal volume. So not particularly confirming in our view. So you've got a combination of a low volume false breakout, and then we combine that with a negative divergence. You can see the MACD has rolled over and is starting to point down. Even though the strength that we saw over the last 3 days took us to a 52-week high, you can see that the MACD is pointing down, and that suggests that the bullish momentum that the stock has been enjoying throughout most of March has mostly evaporated. So I would look for THOR to pull back here, possibly go back and retest this breakout level. At a minimum, I'd expect to get back to the 20-day, but ultimately I think a complete retest back down to about 31.30, 31.25 is what I would look for here on THOR. Now, if you do decide you want to short the stock, I would keep a stop in above the high from Wednesday, which is at 33.65. If you take that level out to the upside and do it with increasing volume, that would be much more bullish and would cause me to cover any short position. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation today. Be sure to check out our chart of the day every day at InvestEdCentral.com. While you're there, sign up for our free weekly Market Pulse newsletter and have the chart of the day emailed directly to you. Happy trading.